Okay, welcome back to another, I was about to say paranormal story time or creepy story time, but it's not. It's actually, what could I call this one? The police files, the army. Why is, my mum is mouthing army.
This is army.
Okay, no, it's going to be more of a potential crime story time, an African edition. So this is basically another generational chat with myself and my mum. Say hi, Mum.
Hi.
I thought you were going to say hi, Mum. It's another generational chat, so we are bringing together generations, points of view, culture, and social commentary, and woo-woo at times. So this is a mini story that my mum told me the other day, and I guess it doesn't really fall into paranormal story time or creepy story time, but it is a scary thing. Like, for this to happen to you, it will be scary if this is happening to you. So I thought, let's include it. But it falls more in the potential crime, and you will understand more when my mum tells the story. So, hi, Mum.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm okay, I'm fine.
Are you not tired?
I am tired.
You're tired. I'm tired. We're like literally sitting here practically like falling asleep at the microphone, but like trying to talk. I went out yesterday. I had a spa day and it relaxed me so much, and my body is just like still tired from it. It was beautiful. Let's hope that if the vibes can stay high. Right, okay. So, what do we call it? I don't know what to call it.
A husband trying to get rid of his wife.
Yeah, okay. A husband trying to get rid of his wife via lions in the national park. So this is the reason that I wanted to tell the story, because I was saying in the last creepy story, we're talking about the lions, and I spoke about the Maasai and obviously the Serengeti and the plains in Kenya in Africa, obviously being, surrounding people's where they lived, and the fact that they literally are living among the wildlife. And okay, Mum, take up the story. Like,
I knew this girl before she was married. We were in the same school. We were in a boarding school. She was 3 classes ahead. She was in a senior year when I joined in. And the senior girls were allowed to have their boyfriends visit.
Let's give her a name. Let's give her a fake name for the purpose of the story. We'll give them both a fake name. What do you want to call her?
I'll give her Lisa.
Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Lisa went to school with you.
Lisa was, in fact, we were in the same primary school, but I was young and she was in the top. Then she went to boarding school and I passed after years. I joined in, where boarding school you stay for 4 years. So when I was in first year, she was in 4th year. They were nearly finishing. And the Form 4s, it was a girls' school. They were allowed to have boyfriends to visit them. Form 4 is equivalent to year 11.
Hey, boyfriends, year 11? Oh, in Africa?
We do not go by age. We go by when your parents can afford.
Sorry, year 11, the why I'm saying that for anyone that's outside of the UK. Year 11 in this country is when you are 15 going on 16.
Yes.
So, really?
Some of the girls, you wouldn't believe, in that class were over 30.
We're dealing with the repeaters.
They were grown-up women who managed to go to school when they were older, because that's the time when they could afford the fees. They're allowed on the visiting day to have boyfriends, because you go to next class with your head, not with your age. If you pass, you have to pass the exam to go to the next class. Oh, there were, I think she was going to her over 25, 26 there. She was around there. Visiting time, they were allowed to have their boyfriends or fiancés. Some of them were really, the dowry was paid. They were just waiting to get married. All the others, we were not allowed. We had parents or nobody. We couldn't have boys. If it's a brother coming to visit you, he has to write and make sure they know it's a brother. And because they used to have their boyfriends, we used to sneak to see who is with who, because they would be walking.
Checking out his buff, who's cute.
We did see this man because he was our fiance that time.
And we shall call him, what should we call him?
I don't know, we can call him...
Scar. Mufassa's backstabbing brother. Judas. Okay, yes, let's call him Judas. Judas Iscariot of Kenya. All right, so we've got Lisa and Judas. Jude.
Yeah, so
hey, Jude.
He used to come and visit her. They really looked very happy because we used to walk around, because they would get out of the building, they would be standing. It's a very hilly place with the forests and all that. You see them standing somewhere. We used to go around and see all these girls with their fiancés and the boyfriends. And when she finished, that time, girls from that school, it was one of the best. They used to be taken out, they used to go for secretarial. So most of the companies, they used to have girls secretaries from that school. She did a secretarial and she started work. When they got married, I had finished my Form 4. And the wedding, we saw it on TV because it was army. Jude was in the army, was a top man. It was one of the higher ranks. I don't know whether it was a colonel or whatever it was, but it was one of the higher ranks. The wedding was really beautiful. I don't know if it was a church. Ooh. You could see the other army standing with what do you call it?
Oh, they did that thing where they hold the rifles, bayonets. Yes, and they do the cross at the top, and then you go underneath.
They go underneath. That's what they did, and it was really beautiful. You know, when you see somebody like that.
Oh, that's nice.
It was beautiful, and that was it until after, I think about 3 years.
Happily married, I'm assuming.
That's what we thought. Then we had to hear this news, and it was really something you could not believe, because what this man did, he really wanted to get rid of his wife.
Why? And where did you hear the information from? Whose grapevine was this coming down?
First of all, I was living in the army barracks with my brother. This girl was married to an army man. So, story of anybody army will be everywhere. They will be talking. My brothers came and they were talking about it. My brother was in the band, and they will be talking about it. And it's when they started talking and I came to realize exactly what they're talking about. I could not believe. This man decided that he'll get rid of his wife.
Why? Affair.
Nobody exactly knew. The rumors were...
Gotta be another woman.
The rumors were he had a mistress.
Side piece.
Yeah, so I've never been told whether that was the truth, because it wasn't her who had the problem. It was him who wanted to get rid of her. And this time she had a son. She had had a son. He was just a young boy. And what he decided to do, according to the story, he put his wife in the car. In the evening, when it's like getting dark, and of course, all of you, everybody has heard of Nairobi National Park, which is near, really, the town there. And
I'm imagining that he was like, we're going on an excursion, like, oh, we're going somewhere nice.
I don't know what he told her. I don't know whether he told her they are going out. No one really thought, what? How did she get in the car? Did she dress up to go out? Because he could have told her, we are going out. And once he gets in the car and it's getting dark, once they leave the town, she can't say anything because she's out of town. She can't say, I'll get off.
Yeah.
He drove right into the park.
Explain a little bit about what the park looked like and what
the park is just land, a savanna, fast land. It's completely fast. With those trees, you see those trees in the desert, like in the park, the national park. You see elephants. You've seen a national park with animals.
Basically, a safari area almost.
It's just,
or how you would imagine a safari to look.
It's a grassland. It's not forest. It's grassland. You've seen the migration of the animals. What do you call them? When they are
migration.
When you see them, you see in a lion. When lions are hunting and you see all the animals around, that's the park. To go to the park, you have to go in a very well maintained vehicle, but there are parts which people don't go inside, right inside. And this man drove inside the park, and he got somewhere where it was completely, now it's dark. There's nothing, but there are these little shrubs, like trees. You find things around. He got off. He told her to get out of the car. She got out of the car, and they took every dress out of her. He completely took everything. He just undressed her.
He stripped her down. What? No knicker, no bra. Everything.
He left her with nothing, because if he leaves her with the clothes, they could be taken tomorrow. They'll find out they can look. They'll find DNA or something in the clothes. So we know when the lions eat people or things, they just eat. They eat the bones.
So wait, he stripped her.
That's what he was thinking. Everything completely, and pulled her to that bush. He left her on the side of the bush, got in the car, and they drove off. It's night. She's naked. It's called National Park.
Hey.
Where lions roam at night.
She must have been petrified.
She was, whoever she spoke to, she said she knew she was dead, but she was thinking about her son. She knew she was going to die. Nothing else. First of all, alone in that land, not even thinking where she is could be a big snake in there. No. Then as she was there, shivering, she looked, and that there are people who are, because that's like a free area anyway, there are people in my tribe with cows, and they have many cows, and they can go in those parks. You won't believe it. Somebody will go and build a muddy house in there, and they'll be having their cows there. They will have to be very careful. They've got to be looking after the cows, because hyenas are there, but they will be there. And this girl, she looked, and as she was looking, she thought she saw some light, something far. It looked like a torch, because this house had a little light. Mm-hmm. And she thought, if I don't move from here, I might be eaten. So it's better I walk. If I can get there, if I'm eaten on my way, at least I'm trying to do something. And she walked and walked and walked.
How long do you think it took?
I'm sure it took somewhere where you can see the light. It would take like 15 minutes.
15 minutes would have felt like 15 years in that environment.
And she's looking and she's thinking, what is here, and she could hear things.
I'm imagining as well that, nighttime, obviously we live in a city, but I'm imagining in the countryside, there's no artificial light. So it must have been pitch black, but that light. And the
when
moon.
There's moon. The only light you get, if there is moon, you'll have a little light, but he is not stupid. He's not going to take that woman there when there's moon. It was pitch, and when
he knew the lunar cycles.
When Africa is dark, it's dark. It is dark. You can't even see anyone in front of you. So she was walking, thinking she could even step on a lion. But she went there, she knocked on the door, and this elderly man or middle-aged man opened the door. He opened because he said to people, I thought, who is knocking on my door? And there is a complete naked woman. Complete. He just looked, he could have said, go away, thinking he's a ghost or something. She's crying. He told her to come in. Straight away he got something and covered her. And then she sat down and told him all the story. And it was in the morning when this man had to, I don't know how he got something. I'm not sure, but he got somebody who went and told another person, and someone came and picked her, covered in this man's clothes. So I don't know I don't know what the man did. When I'm thinking, when he went back home, did he go and say, to the child, where's mommy or something? Maybe he was just happy to know she's gone now. Maybe we'll hear something, a body was found or bones were found, or no one will find it because it happens. People get thrown there and you never see them again. Mm-mm. It happens a lot. And he knew it. So the girl came back. Of course, the marriage was finished. And after some years, she actually got married to a boy also who was in a primary school with me, next school, and lived near my house. She's alive. She's still alive. Yeah.
What happened to Mr. Jude?
Mr. Jude, I don't know, because after some times I came to this country.
Did he get arrested, is what I mean? Did he go to prison? Was the law
I heard he was arrested, but I did not really, because we didn't have something like televisions or magazines or something. It wasn't something, but as I said to you the other day, I think I want to find out what happened, because she's there. Yeah.
She is. I saw a photograph of
her. She looks well.
She does.
And the boy she married, he died. Unfortunately, died about 3 years ago. So she's now alone. But she looks well. She really looks well. I can't. I don't know. Trauma. I don't know what she went. I don't know what she did. It was shocking, really. And we thought God is there because this child was saved by God. I'm telling you, if you can survive in National Park for an hour, not even an hour, half an hour, at night when the animals are roaming about, you must be completely blessed.
Oh my God. And that's why we call it True Crime African Edition. Near miss, thank God that she's okay. Yeah. I hope to God his ass is in prison or he had repercussions. There's no way, because when she came back, she would have had too much information. I'm pretty sure he would have
Oh yeah, she would tell everything. And of course she told the man in the house, with the person who opened the door, she told him everything, the whole story. With the fear and all that. That man is the one who can say exactly, because whatever she told him would be exactly the truth. And this, whoever them cannot deny.
He could, but burden of proof.
How can he deny? How did she get in the park? Can he say he didn't take her there?
Yeah.
He cannot deny. Where are her clothes? Yeah. Because he knew if he left her with the dresses and she's eaten by animal, the clothes will be found. So he made sure there's nothing for her to be identified with. When he left there, he must have been okay. Yeah. Maybe.
Evil cold heart to do that. And that's why this is the True Crime African Edition, and why I personally agree with what you're saying. I love crime documentaries, and the number one reason when you see these situations of people disposing of their partners and their husbands is because they're having an affair. It's either money or it's an affair. So it's either another person or it's like they need life insurance. They need money. So it's always one of two things.
She cannot be because of money, because her mom was really poor.
Sorry, it must be an affair, because
it's to do with
if you
an
were
affair.
Fed up, you could just, divorce, leave.
Just tell the person, just say
this was possible there.
Yeah, say I found somebody else, so I'm not happy, something like that. And I think maybe also protecting his rank in the army. He doesn't want to be
another reason probably why he definitely got disciplined, because they come down quite harshly on in the army affairs, and when you step out of line with criminal activities, particularly if it's like this. So he definitely must have been reprimanded. But that's why this is a scary story. But people Next time your partner tells you that they're going to take you on a surprise date and they're going to blindfold you, they're not going to tell you where you're going first. Make sure that you've got like a kit or like some kind of rope and torches.
A surprise date. And a surprise date will be your journey. No, there's no return ticket.
Yeah, look, make sure you've got rope, torch, taser, whatever you need in the boot, just in case that it's going to have to be
some biscuits with you.
Biscuits, just in case it's going to have to be I need to get myself out of the national park. No, but in all seriousness, that's not going to happen to people. But you can see why I said this is a scary story. And because
so
to be fair,
scary.
A lot of the stories in life that I've heard or watched that are actually the most scary are things that are very real and things that are to do with not just like juju, like what we spoke about or anything, but to do with the human mind. The way that people can actually present themselves and the things that people can do to other people are actually, to be fair, as we see all the time, one of the most horrific things. And so therefore the fact that this guy could actually think himself, I don't want my wife, and not only that, I'm going to get rid of her by I'm going to make sure I'm going to take her to the national park because therefore she can get eaten alive by lions, all right, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to rest my head and I'm going to be able to sleep well and I'm going to be able to be fine with the rest of my...
Because he's going to do what he wants now.
That's a scary thing, but that's a scary... So sometimes the human mind, I think, is scarier than any kind of craziness out there. But to me, that's a scary story because, like, for her, I'm sure she would have... obviously the story got out and we know what happened because she survived. But I guess at the same time, we still don't know like the ins and outs. But I'm sure perhaps that in that marriage, she probably thought that, this is love. I'm with this guy. He loves me.
Can you just imagine? Can you imagine when she sat down and thought, they've been eating, sitting down. This thing he planned for some time. He can't have just planned one day. So the time he used to come home, hello darling or something, and they'll sit down and they eat. And she's looking at him as a husband, and he's looking at her as, I'm going to get rid of you. So you can't tell what somebody's thinking.
100%.
It's frightening.
That's why I wanted you to tell the story, because to me, it's scarier than some other things because like as you said, the intention, the forethought, the actual contemplation and knowing I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this to you.
And he comes home every day.
I'm going to leave my child motherless in that biological motherness. That sort of way of thinking is spooky as. And that's why I wanted to include that.
For me, it was frightening because I've been to National Park, although we used to go with the school, with the coaches, buses. And if you think, even when we were walking there, we feel, can you imagine when you are in there alone at night? Up to now, I never want to think about it because it makes me feel like I'm shaking.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, because I know how that national park looks like. And where I know, maybe it's better because I know where the coaches used to go there. He took her to places where nobody goes there. It's the animals.
Sneaky bastard. Anyway, thank you for the story. Another creepy. That's it for today's edition of creepy / criminal. Almost. Well, no, it was a criminal. Actually, it was almost murder. It was a criminal
planned.
It was criminal act, but it wasn't. Thankfully, murder by lion. But it was planned. But it's creepy enough. So, thanks, Mum.
She must count herself up to today.
I would.
Very rich. Very, very, very not rich. Very
rich in life. Life energy.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Her day had not come. So, yeah. Anyway.
Okay, that's bye from me.
And bye from me.
Until next time. See you soon. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below. Bye.
Bye.